220-pound subwoofer, dual 18s. At least they're doing good.
Toss these over the side like we could install mats.
Where's that elevator, Matt? All right, guys, we just removed a JTR 18-inch subwoofer. Look how big this thing is, man. Massive 18-inch subwoofer. So the reason why we did it is, all right, guys, it's day 2 of Destination OG. Helen, hey Siri, what's the temperature?
It's 22 degrees outside.
It's cold. Last night, slept like a rock. This place is amazing. I just realized, what the heck? Okay, I left the ceiling fan on. So it was cold, but man, I had like 4 blankets on. I put the cover over my head. It's gonna be a fun day. Got a big day ahead. I'm gonna go grab a shower. I'm gonna get some bacon and eggs, get that cooked up, get our body full, ready for the day. It's gonna be fun.
Alright, it'll sound like it sometimes.
3 million light switches.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
Dude, hey, the first thing I noticed, Mike, because I know you helped build this house, or remodel it and everything. The water in the hot water
It's instant.
shower.
It's on a recirc pump.
That's crazy. I've
So
never
it
experienced
loops
that.
through the water heaters, and it's always constantly right there, ready to go.
Dude, I turned it on in like literally
right
3
there.
seconds. Boom.
Yeah.
I've never seen that.
Yeah,
That
it's
is
awesome.
cool.
Yep.
Super cool, man. Y'all done so much to this house. This is gorgeous,
It
man.
feels like home, man. When we come, we've been up here so much that we walk in, it feels like home.
Yeah.
It smells like home.
Yeah, you got the scents going on. Man, it is. It definitely. It doesn't feel like a vacation. It feels like I just walked into, honestly, my dream home.
Yeah,
this
no,
is
it's cozy, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's everything about it. I hate to use the word cozy because
Yeah.
people probably light me up for that, but it's,
Yeah.
it's true. It just feels homey.
Love it. What's up, Rusty?
Hey,
What you getting, man?
I'm trying to figure this machine out. It's a lot different than mine at home.
I like it, dude. That's fancy.
I'm just trying to figure. I got most of it figured
So
out.
now you just slide that over and it'll start going.
Oh, well, what's the lock unlock for?
There you go.
Basically on off.
Oh crap! It's right over the edge.
Oh, look at
On
him.
the scale.
It's waterproof.
All right. Sweet. Well, I'm cooking me some bacon.
Right. I'm glad I have somebody here to document this.
I bet you're ruining everything.
My first time using the thing.
It's nice, isn't it?
I love
Yeah, and then don't worry, that'll be included.
Yeah, but I'm sure it will.
Oh, you did you
First, we
pack
get
it
my
pretty hard?
bacon and my eggs. This is gonna be
About
good.
3 ones. See, at home when I do it, it's probably like 8 to 10 seconds before I see flow, and I run it for about 25 to 30.
Oh no, you won't have to run this one that high. This is a lot higher pressure,
Okay.
but you still want 3 seconds.
Yeah.
You'll get a hang of it.
Let me grab it.
Everyone is unique, I'm sure. I mean, I'm no coffee expert, but I do know the Lamarzoka. I'm an expert at drinking it.
Yeah. Expert coffee drink.
I did. My kids worked at Starbucks through high school, so when they started working at Starbucks, they got hooked. I eased into it though with lattes.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that tastes like butthole.
Like bubble?
Butthole.
But I wouldn't know what that tastes like, Rusty.
I thought you said it tastes like bubbles.
I'll take your word for it, buddy. I'll take your word for it.
You know what it smells like, so you know you can.
I don't even
probably
put my nose near there.
guess. You don't have to. You've been at OG.
Oh, mercy. I love cooking bacon and eggs for breakfast.
Well, I was saying Rusty doesn't know what he's doing. So I have this. We have this URL code here. You scan that. It takes you to the website. You can either choose the video or choose the products you want to buy. But Rusty's being stubborn, saying, "I know how to do this. I've got one at home."
Well, I have-
and he's got 2 course, overflowed it. Can't do anything right.
I have the expert here
So
with me.
just
That's better than a video.
Scan that, dude. Get
All
your
right.
phone out and just.
This is wild, man. I've never seen anything like this.
All right.
I'm no expert. Don't say expert, because I'll have you all messed up. Now, Michael, this is copyrighted, so you're gonna need to get a permission slip.
You're gonna get a strike.
Yeah.
That's funny.
2 strikes.
See, I told you should watch this first. You were over here. How do you turn it on?
It's one of the cool features of the house. All over the house, you've got instructions on how to use everything. So if there's anything in the house that you see that you like this is the outdoor kitchen. So Matt has a video on everything in this outdoor kitchen. And so if you see that you like the range, he sells it. If you see you like the stove, the flat top, that's awesome. Super, super cool. But it's super usable. Everything in here literally makes sense. So I think we've got some heat going on here. Turn that back down. Got some bacon time. I love bacon. It's like my favorite. So I cook up my bacon first, get that grease, drain most of the grease off, throw in a couple pieces of egg after the bacon's done, and use that to cook it. Super good. All right, so all throughout the house, everything's just super organized, fully stocked. I need a fork, I need a plate, everything you need. Kitchen utensils, more plates. Like I said, you can bring an army in here. Oh yeah. Got my bacons. I don't want it like soaking in the bacon grease, but I do like the bacon grease. Get my bacon over here. Take that off. I've got a routine every single morning. This is what I do. 2 bacon, 3 eggs. Except I don't film it. Time for some breakfast. I think Rusty's still working on this.
Hey, look at this. I want you to come in here and see. Here's what it's supposed to look like.
All right.
When it's properly ground.
Okay.
So, yeah, that came out good.
That look good?
Yeah.
What was the first draft?
It's just like mud water. I don't know. It was pretty bad.
Below it.
All right.
But you got it figured out.
I think so.
All right, guys, we're loading up right now. It's cold outside. It's about 26 degrees, but we're gonna go get the JTR speakers out of the truck, get those back here at the house, and begin to install them. So let's go.
It's bad.
What do you mean?
Real bad. It's gonna
Cold?
take me a couple of days to get. Yeah. I've been in Florida for 22 years now, man. It's my northeasterner blood is thinned.
This feels
So
good to
you
me.
You come from a much colder
Well, I'm
climate.
50-50 now. You know, half of my life is in Florida, half of my life was in Pennsylvania,
Yeah.
where this is every single day. But
Pennsylvania just sucks, doesn't it?
yeah, there's nothing good about it.
All right, we're here to get the big. So we got this big trailer here.
It's our Walmart cooler. It's the only thing I got from Walmart in my life.
I thought you were gonna bring that Yeti.
That's too small. Man. We need the big.
All right, so we got the JTR center channel here.
All right, somebody grab that in.
All kinds of fun stuff. Let's get it loaded. All right, we got some of the speakers. So that's the 212. Sorry, that's the 210 HT. 110 for surrounds and Atmos. Oh yeah,
Like 100 pounds, maybe.
it's not too bad. All right, so what's the plan, Matt? Down the side?
Time to get sweaty. Yeah, we're gonna go down the stairs here and then just
Long haul with a 220 pound subwoofer. Less time for muscles. Let's do it. All right, so we got the light stuff.
you got it.
Here's where it's gonna get crazy.
All right, Michael.
Oh man. Hey Rusty, I was hoping I could just film the rest of the time.
Yeah, I figured.
All right, it's our time. Here we go. But we got to take this. I just want to show you real quick.
See? Wants to
This is gonna be rough
being up there.
and really awkward. 220 pound subwoofer, dual 18s. At least they're doing good.
Toss these over the side like we could stall mats.
Where's that elevator, Matt? Lots of heavy breathing. This ain't gonna be fun. And Rusty comes in with the win on the light one.
That's right.
All right, I'm not gonna lie, that was tough. These stairs are huge. So not only do you have to go down the stairs right here, then we go all the way in, across the house to the bottom. This old dude's out of breath. I'm glad we had 4 people, 5 people helping. That definitely 4 people helping carry all the load. But man, got everything, and I'll show you the rest of the route here. So bring it through here, out to the pool. And across the pool and into the theater room. Hardest part was the JTR, the big boys, 220. So this is all the easy stuff. That's no brainer. Easy peasy. But those big boys up there, Matt, you're like the beast of the group though, man. Had to come rescue me.
I knew it was going to be, you know, I deadlift a lot, so Rusty's like, oh, this is hard. Well, he was you're holding the weight on the chest, where you and I were like straddling the holding on your fingertips.
Feels nothing to grab, man. This slippery plastic.
Yep.
Doesn't help, but dude,
this is exciting.
This is gonna transform your setup, dude. Like,
oh, yeah.
Insanely.
For sure. And then we'll deal with the display size, you know, at some point.
Sure. No, a lot of guys had asked about. So we got an 83-inch LG.
83C2 LG OLED. Yeah. I just don't like LCD.
Yeah.
And this is as big as we got, unless you spend 20 G's on the 97.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think you guys are right. We'll probably have to do a projector. You have to remember, when I bought this house 2.5 years ago, I had to spend like an insane amount of money to get it to like function. And so this was my first iteration. I think I did a pretty good job of a first iteration of a home theater.
Yeah, this thing's amazing.
This is what I call a gentleman's family room theater.
Yeah.
What it's missing is that impact, dynamics. It's not as fun as what this is going to be. Fun.
I'm
like,
excited,
really
man.
Fun.
Yeah, this is going to take it to a whole new level.
So the room, I'll get the tape measure, but I think the room is like roughly 30 by 24, something like that. So pretty nice sized room.
Yeah.
All block. So it's all block. The ceiling's all steel pan decking with concrete on top, and then there's 4 inches of spray foam insulation. So we're gonna leave the wrappers open.
I think it looks awesome.
Yeah, and then I did the cloud here, so I just did a row of, we may do more acoustic treatments on the ceiling if we have to, but I don't think we're gonna need to.
Yeah.
The room, the slap echo is pretty under control. In a room like this, it's hard to get exact first and second reflection points because of the window there.
Exactly.
So what we may end up doing is doing some floor standing, just like GIK has those floor standing units.
Yep.
And so we may just put those here in order to help with, you know, some of the window reflection. Yeah. Same thing in the back. Maybe I'll end up doing that where we just have the four standing ones. But even then, I mean, every room is a compromise.
100%.
Right?
And this is a dedicated room, but it has the feel of a living room.
Right. It's a family room, like a game room, family room. I'm just not a theater seat, sconce, popcorn machine kind of guy.
Sure.
I like a multifunction room.
Well, and this house is made for like big families, big groups.
Correct.
And so this is super ideal to be able to get everybody sitting on this couch right here, hanging out, watching the game, watching a movie.
I'm looking to introduce them to amazing audio experience. Yeah. We'll get the video up to par. We'll get a Kaleidescape here at some point. But I think I'll always keep a U-shaped couch and a simple setup. And the other thing is, again, you said this yesterday, it's easy to spend other people's money.
Correct.
And when you think that, you know, I have this nice house, but I don't have an infinite amount of money, you have to make compromises no matter where you're at in life. Right. And so my compromise in the beginning was to do, you know, this receiver Dynaudio setup, and now we're thinking about doing separates and much bigger, you know, speakers. But tell you what, though, I was thinking about it. These aren't that much more than this.
Yeah.
Maybe $5,000 more, you know, for the whole. What are we doing? 11 speaker setup here.
Right.
13 speaker setup with the subwoofers. So we'll add it up for you so you can get an idea. But I'll go add up what do I have in this system, and what will I have in this system.
Okay.
And I would wager it's probably the delta is less than 10 grand. It's going to be but the impact is going to be exponential.
Yeah, I firmly believe that.
Yeah. But we're also, look at the scale of the difference. You have to make the sacrifice.
Sure.
Right, of these beautiful, pretty little veneered versus a big boy.
That's correct.
So that's the part of the compromise. what hopefully we'll be able to solve in the future. We're going to be working on this with Jeff to make some pretty speakers too. Just wait till you see what we have coming. It's going to be wild. It's going to be a wild 2025, Michael.
I love it.
We're getting started off great with some giant speakers. I guess I got to pay Rusty for them now that they're in my room.
Tell him you'll pay him the speakers as soon as he pays for the house.
There you go.
We have got the towers in here, 212 RTs, 12s, coaxial. So we've got a horn as well as mid-range driver. It's going to be replacing the Dynaudios. We've got the 2 dual subwoofers, RS2 sealed 18-inch. That's what I'm running in my home theater. 4,000 watt continuous amplifier. And then this is, we're going to try 2 different things. First one we're going to do here, Mike's clearing out some space inside the cabinet. We're going to put the 210. This is a 2-way JTR speaker. It's not a coaxial drive here, so that's just a compression horn tweeter. And then so the high frequencies here, the low frequencies here. So we'll rock that as the center channel. Then Rusty's got 8 of these back here. So these are the 110 HTs. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, the 110 HTs. Rusty, these are the slants or the regular?
I've got 6 slants and 4 regular.
Okay, so we got 6 slanted. Okay, we got more than I thought. So we got 6 slanted versions. So we'll probably use those for these 4 right here, and then maybe 2 of the Atmos, maybe the rear ones. And then right here we could have that as the regular non-slanted versions. But this is going to transform this room like massively. So we got an NAD AVR 7.7.8, 2 NAD amplifiers. We'll probably try just with the receiver, play with that, then calibrate it with the amplifiers. Then we've got an Accurus Muse we'll be testing here just to see how that works. Get that calibrated. We're just gonna have some fun. Bring you along for the ride.
Matt and I luckily have different immune systems.
Yeah.
I don't get his sickness and he doesn't get mine.
That's awesome. Yep.
Well, I was bummed because I made it like 2 years without getting a cold.
All right, so the plan is to remove Dynaudio surrounds, and we're going to use a non-slant version. So that's slanted right here. So Matt likes the look of just the square ones because they're going to pretty much mimic this. So they're already angled down at the listening position, so that'll work well. Another 110 there, 110, 110. Then we'll use these slants up here, 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 and here, and they're on angled brackets, so we can get it angled directly at primary listening position. All right, guys, we just removed a JTR 18-inch subwoofer. Look how big this thing is, man. Massive 18-inch subwoofer. So the reason why we did it is inside here, we've got XLR as well as RCA. Rusty, these are his previous subwoofers. Matt bought them for the Helen home. And he had, in his setup, connected XLR. So he disconnected internally the RCA to eliminate any...
It's picking up a little bit of noise.
Okay.
Yeah. Which,
So-
if you're using RCA, it's not a problem. But since I was only using XLR and I had the gains turned up pretty high, it was a little bit of noise coming through.
Yeah. But I figured while we had it off, man, I wanted you guys just to see this is what we're dealing with. This is why this is my in-game subwoofer right here. This thing is an absolute monster. Just super, super crazy built, overbuilt. I mean, like, look at that. That's insane. But I wanted you guys to take a look at that.
Are they magnetic?
Yeah,
Is that the wrong grill?
it could be. There's 2 grills right here. Try that one. Oh yeah, I got the first one installed. May I have to flip it upside down. Alright, that's not the right grill then.
No. Let's see where the holes doesn't even line up. Maybe does it go?
Sideways?
No, I can't see
No,
why.
okay, nope. No, it'll lock in.
The hole's right. Yeah. Oh, there's another one. This is the grill.
Alright, so we had the wrong grill.
Yeah, it should cover the whole face.
Yeah, it'll literally just
Yeah.
snap on.
Looks really good.
Heck yeah, man, that's clean.
This is why I say a 110 HT full-on system in a family room
Yeah.
might be the way to go.
No, that would be a killer system in a family room.
Yeah. And then if we could make it in like a pretty box, too as an option. That's
Yeah.
what I'm hoping to be able to create. Man,
He's getting pumped, man. Upgrade time.
This will make up for whatever hearing loss I have.
That's hilarious. Yeah, this'll
It'll overcome. We just turned those frequencies up for me.
exactly.
I don't understand. What are these grills? What is this grill for? Oh, this must be the slant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
how do
keep
I
in mind, hey, the towers have grills too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what these square. Why I had the square? I'm like, oh, this is the grill. No, that's the grill. Oh, no, that's the grill. So we got the grill.
We got them all confused.
Oh, you
Yeah.
found this? I have zip ties. Good.
All right, so Rusty's got a plan. So because I think this driver weighs close to 100 pounds. So Rusty had this little hack. I think you saw it somewhere, right?
I don't know. I may be making this up. We'll see if it works.
So the thought is, take zip ties, attach it here. I think I've seen this too. So then when we bring the speaker up, we can hold this, lower it into here without damaging the cabinet, and then you cut this, pull it through.
Yep. Just pull them out.
That's the plan.
We'll see if it works.
What are you thinking, Rusty?
Well, I'm thinking, I don't know.
This is a true experiment here.
Yeah.
The idea is we can get this in here, no problem, but we don't want to damage the outside, so we're wanting to make this, because this is metal, or at least really hard
Rubber
plastic.
surround.
So we don't want to ding up these corners, because this is made of Baltic birch.
I don't know if we should try to like.
And then we got to line up the holes too. That'll help lining up the holes, because then you can pick it and rotate it.
Yeah.
Just gotta watch the fingers. Oh my goodness. Hang on a second. My right thumb. Let me get it out.
I got it.
Okay. I've got this little zip tie.
Okay. So now, if we could rotate this over onto its back.
Hang on. You want to get this in more?
Nope. And well, if I could get it just over that.
There you go. Almost.
I'm not sure it's gonna fit.
With the zip ties.
Yeah. Okay. Just flip it. If you can rotate it onto its back. And then I can get a little gravity assist.
Like that.
Yeah. Now,
That's about as far as I can go.
okay, hold on. Alright, let's just get it on its back all
Okay.
the way. You're good. This will be okay.
Alright.
So now, you
Oh,
grab
pick-
two,
yeah.
I grab
Yeah,
two.
pick up and line up the holes. Yeah, I think ideally, that's kind of what I think I had seen too. But these are just thick.
See, that's where I'm not.
Maybe Rusty's making this up. We don't know.
Could be.
And then when you pull,
Just a little bit. Dang it.
you see what I'm saying? That like came off the driver.
Gary, fix it. If you can.
I got it. Yeah, it literally slipped off. You almost have to do up.
Okay.
Bad thing is it's pulling this piece. You see what I'm saying? Watch your finger.
Let me do this one, that side first
Yep.
now.
You know the same thing.
Okay, lift up on yours.
Just
So we can
tap
drop it in straight. There. Okay, I'm in. Now it should be a lot easier to line up.
Yeah, we're still, so I can tell.
I know. So now we can give it a little twist-a-roo. Which way are you going?
This way. It's gonna be a little bit more.
Get it ready.
I mean, maybe a tad bit more.
Is that a light?
I think a tad bit more.
We need to go back.
Really? Interesting.
I think. Well, maybe not.
I think it's my way.
Okay, there.
You got it?
I think so. What a pain in the butt.
Make sure you're not making new holes.
I'm not. See, that one hits hard.
All right, so we got it in. A little bit harder than we thought. I know there's a process. We made up a process.
The zip ties made it easier, but they're thick enough that it's getting caught.
Yep. So almost need like some thin ones to be able to do that. See,
Wow,
it's getting kind of stuck now.
So maybe a different plan for the next set? I don't know.
We'll figure it out. That's the fun of this, man. We're bringing you along for the ride.
So this was our rear. These are, you know, great bookshelf speakers, Dyne Audio Evoke 20s. I've got 4 of them. I've got Evoke 10s, Evoke 50s, Evoke Center. So if anybody wants to, sweet deal, hit me up.
How can they reach you?
Matt at obsessgarage.com. And we're going to swap it for this guy. 110 HT 2-way. And yes, we are drilling holes in the bottom of the speaker. Michael's having a heart attack.
Oh,
over here.
it's hard for me to even conceive drilling a hole in the speaker, but that's gonna make it safe. The good thing, these are made out of Baltic birch,
Gotta come this way.
so we're not concerned about the screws pulling out.
Right, so these are Dyne Audio LID brackets. They're made for their studio monitors, and I use them to mount the speakers. You know, ideally we would have, I'll put the wire in first. Ideally we would have these at ear height, but you know, I got a lot of people coming to this house. I didn't want them walking into the speaker or
Touching,
knocking off the
grabbing.
wall or touching, so.
Poking your tweeters.
So
Yeah.
we just angle them down a little bit, and we're getting 90% of it, 95% of the way
It's
there.
still gonna sound sweet, man. Mine aren't ideal either. Mine rear surrounds and side surrounds are mounted a little bit higher, but I've got mine angled down like you do,
Yeah,
but
so
I
you
use
see
the
that
slants.
one. So we angle the bracket
Yep.
down toward the listening position. We're gonna put the slants on the ceiling. And so what we're doing is lining up the speaker.
Come my way. Oh, sorry, wrong way. That was too far. Right there.
I'm gonna get it centered.
Get it front to back.
All right.
Decent spot.
Happy?
Right there.
My butt cheeks are puckering.
Just wood.
I know.
Wood filler. And a sharpener will fix it. Yep. Climb the stairs of this place. Just 'cause, you know, us Florida boys, we're at sea level. Just that little bit of altitude.
That's right. Affects us big time.
Yeah.
All right, so
Have they seen this yet?
I don't think so, Matt.
Yeah, this is the
Well,
crown
I
jewel.
brought in a little bit, and we'll do a full tour of this
Yeah, this is the crown jewel.
later.
This garage.
This is Matt's like playroom. This is his little sanctuary. You got
So the
down-
concept here is anybody who comes here gets, I mean, people aren't going to be wrenching on their cars, but we have everything here.
Yeah.
You know, and so full Matt Mormon Sonic Master collection. Every single cabinet is dialed with all the detailing equipment, so you can come and just experience it. You know, most people aren't going to come here and detail their whole car, but they want to might try a new polisher out or try out the lift or something like that. So they get to come and you can also wash in here too. So there's a drain in the middle,
Right.
so they can wash, they can wrench.
You got the dual Krenslow over there?
A single Krenslow
Okay.
here. We'll put the dual in at some point.
Okay.
We've got you know, Dyne Audio studio monitors, Core 59s,
Right.
Core Sub. So you got really awesome audio for the garage, Cree lighting. It's sick. It's a showcase of everything that we do. The vacuum.
Sure.
You know, you've never seen our vacuum. This,
No, I haven't.
This operates at 59 decibels,
Okay.
so I can still have a conversation with you.
No way.
Isn't that cool? So almost all the sound is coming from here. The vacuum makes very little sound. Yeah, and then I wanted it sleek and clean. And,
Yeah.
you know, we got our air compressor in the corner over there. It's also super quiet.
Yeah.
But we came up here to grab some towels for, but I'm gonna just take a couple of these towels. And
Now you keep this stock for your guests too, right?
correct. Yeah, this is for them. So they come in here, nothing's off limits. I mean, they can't steal it and take
Right.
it with them,
Yeah.
but everything here is functional and
Usable.
working. And they'll come, groups, you know, 2 or 3 guys will bring their cars and
Right.
come and get to experience what it could be like. And then my goal is then they buy all the stuff, buy
Yeah.
the cabinets, buy the flooring.
So they can use your mountain bikes over there?
Yeah, so actually that's a new thing. So I have 5 mountain bikes. and 5 like legit mountain bikes. And
Nice.
so I'm building a mountain bike, little mechanic room downstairs. That's our next project after we finish the home theater.
Sweet. So the thought now is we're going to take the microfibers, put them under the captivators,
I
keep
think
them from
so.
scratching the floor.
Yeah. We'll just cut them or fold them and just put it underneath there. I'll get some like little felt pad feet or something at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't, Rusty had them on carpet, and so they'll be on a hard floor. So
Sure, because Jeff doesn't have any kind of feet for the RS2s.
Yeah, so we'll just do that.
So that'll protect the subwoofer as well as the
And so the
flooring.
whole house has little QR codes so you can scan.
Yeah.
I try to make it clean and not obtrusive, but you can scan it if you needed some tutorials. I've done a tutorial on everything, how to use everything, how to troubleshoot everything from the air conditioner to the garbage disposal to every detail. And then also shows you, the QR code will take you to different pages on the site.
Sure.
Like there's a garage page. We also have a Matterport where you can walk through the whole house, in 3D. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I've been telling everybody that because I'm like, I know you can't come with me, but I want you to check this thing out because this is gorgeous, man.
Then there's outdoor wash bay too, so we built
Sure.
it so you can wash indoors or outdoors. You see the drains right there in the middle.
Nice.
Yeah, and then of course you can look out over this is I think the 9th hole or something, the golf course, but this all fills in the winter,
Yeah.
so it feels like you're like in secluded in the woods.
Right.
It's pretty cool. But then the town is only like 2 miles away, so you can go have dinner. You can go get funnel cake. They got funnel cake.
We're getting funnel cake. I have a feeling. I've been eating good though.
Yeah, me too.
No, this house is beautiful, Matt. Like straight up beautiful. This is like a dream home that people get to come and just experience.
Yeah, I want to share it with people. Not everybody,
Yeah.
but share it with people who are also discerning like me.
All right, guys, we've got the speakers set up. Looking good. Now we're gonna test them out. So we've got the 212 RTs installed. We've got the 210 HT installed, the center channel. So one thing that I learned just recently from Don Dunn, appreciate you, brother. Give a shout out to him. He came over to my house and he explained to me what he likes to do. Instead of just setting up everything and figuring out a toe in and setting all your speakers up, in the NAD, we set it to 2-channel, full range, so that we're not playing a subwoofer, just have 2 speakers, so just the towers. We started off with these towers facing just straight towards the wall, both of them, not towed in like they are now. We measured from the back to make sure that this was equal distance as that one over there. We measured the distance from this side to the inside of the cabinet. We made sure the cabinet was centered with the TV, and then the same thing over there. So we've got everything's equal distant. But then we basically played a track that he recommended. I think it was Tones and Eyes
Don't Lie.
Eyes Don't Lie, that's what it was. So we played that. We had Matt sit in the primary listening position, and we just asked him to listen to the speakers. Do you hear the sound as if it's coming from the center channel, even though we have it turned off? And of course he didn't. So then what we do is we just pivot from this corner right here, and we turn the speakers out, leaving this part locked in. So we rotate it this way, just 1 inch. Same thing over there, 1 inch. He's got his eyes closed. He's like, no, I don't hear it straight in front of me. We kept going. I think we ended up about 4 inches, toe in, maybe 5 inches, somewhere around like that. And at that point, Matt said, I hear her voice dead center. So that's what we call imaging. That's when that center image is heard, even though the center channel is turned off. So we've done that. So now what we're going to do, they're still installing the other 2 height speakers. Rusty and I are marking off these speakers and the cabinet, because we're going to end up having to move this cabinet out, reconnect some wiring, connect some additional speakers. Later on, we've got to hook up an Acurus Muse and 2 M8 amplifiers. So we want to go ahead and get everything wired up back here. But by marking that, we can make sure it gets back in the same exact spot.
Hey, Michael, how do you know where to put your speakers width and distance wise?
Good question. So a lot of guys recommend, and I don't claim to be the expert, it's just something that I've always heard, is you create an equilateral triangle. So what we did is when these were originally straight ahead, we measured from the center of the speaker to the center speaker over there. And that was like, let's just say it's 17 feet. I don't remember exactly. Let's say it's 17 feet. Then we want to take a tape measure from this to where Matt is sitting and put it to where his ears are. We want to make sure that that's pretty much equal. So you should have 17 feet here, 17 feet there. It makes an equilateral, that's kind of goofy, but equilateral triangle to where you got equal distance between the speakers, equal distance from each speaker to your listening position. Again, there's a lot of different ways to do that. That's just one of the recommended ways that I've heard over the years. So that's what we went with. As we just finished calibrating, Rusty did a direct calibration on the 7.2.4 Dolby Atmos system. So we just got done doing some demos. Wanted to hear Matt. So this is your home theater. I want to get your thoughts on, you've experienced JTR many times, or at least one time in my home theater. You've owned the big bad boys, the 4000 ULFs.
So I never paid any attention to the Noesis, only the subwoofers. I'm like, look at these things. I'm not interested in that. You know, it just wasn't, when you see pictures of it online, and you're just like, yeah, it looks big and it's probably loud, but not for me. It's a horn, right? And I don't like horns. A lot of I don't, right? I don't like it. I don't like how it looks. I don't think I'm going to like how it sounds. And then, you know, you guys have been telling me the dynamics are worth it. But I'm like, I'm not going to like it. It's going to be too bright. So I went to your theater. And I was just blown away. I'm like, that's exactly what I've been searching for forever. And so to actually have it, I feel a little guilty in that I only get to come up here, you know, 4 or 5 times a year. So I need to have it in my house, you know, at my house that I live in, not the house that's the vacation home. But
Yeah.
man, it's really, really great. I think what we need to do is, I think, in order to get that full like immersion, is to add the subwoofers to the rear. Even though we don't need any more amplitude.
No, for
we
sure.
just need that coverage, because this is such a big room.
Right.
We
You've
need
got
that
this
coverage.
You've got this big couch, and so one thing, adding the 4 subwoofers, it's going to make sure that these guys get a good bass response all across this long couch.
We'd probably
over
actually
here.
bring these down a bit
Correct.
and get, you know, significantly. We're not looking for more amplitude.
No.
We're looking for more immersion. But other than that, it's darn near perfection.
Yeah. So one thing that I think, so Jeff Permanian is bringing, right now, we've got the 210. So that's a two-way driver, or two-way.
HT.
Right.
Yeah, the HT. So 210 HT.
And we're
So
going to
this
go
is
to a
his-
212RM.
Yeah, so this is technically like his entry level. So
This is a sealed two-way monitor.
Correct.
And we're going to go to a ported
correct.
3-way with 12-inch drivers.
Right.
And so I think, and the center channel is the most important speaker in the whole darn system.
Yeah.
So
I think it's going to be a pretty significant upgrade. This
Yeah.
is just a guess. I think it's going to match way better with these 212 towers.
yeah. And I know your audience isn't going to like it in the cabinet, but I got to put the stuff somewhere.
Yeah.
And, you know, I like this look. Now, I will probably end up with a projector, or I think I'd rather just have a really large direct view display.
All right, let's talk about that, because I've been posting on social, photos, videos, and a lot of people are saying, you know, man, that room is big. How big is this room?
So it's 20, was it 24 by 30?
Yeah.
24 deep, 30 wide, and then I would say, what, 11-ish, 11 and a half foot ceilings, something like that. 11 feet to the truss and 12 feet to the ceiling.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when we look at the front, you know, you guys are saying, oh my gosh, you could go so big with that. So walk us through your thoughts on what you prefer.
A couple of things I dislike about a projector. Now, I've been doing this for a long time. You know, I've worked with Sound Advice. I sold Runco projectors. I've sold scalers. You know, I've owned several projectors in my life. A couple of things I don't like. I don't like dealing with all of the formats that you just don't have to mess with on a direct view display.
So you're talking about like aspect ratio.
Yeah, it's just annoying. You know, 16 by 9. It becomes so prevalent. It becomes such a in-your-face thing when you have a 2.35 to 1 screen and you're trying to get 16 by 9 to fit, or vice versa. That annoys me. I don't like that. So MadVR could solve a good percentage of that for me. The other thing I don't like is black level. You just can't beat what was plasma at that time,
Right.
and now would certainly be OLED.
Right.
And so you cannot beat performance of a direct view display. The problem is the size. We're limited in size. Yeah, you can go LCD. Remember, LED is just an LCD with an LED backlight. It's still a thin film transistor. It's still translucent. It still cannot produce anywhere near as close to the black level. Even though they got much better,
Right.
mini LED, micro LED is not nearly as good.
Yeah.
A LED wall, what is what am I thinking, an LED wall?
Mini LED.
No, like a wall, the LED walls that you do.
It's called mini LEDs.
Those look terrible.
Yeah, you start seeing the lines.
Unless
a
you're
lot of time.
45 feet away, and you're squint and you take your glasses off, I just can't do it. So a projector to me has a lot of compromise in quality in comparison. And the other problem with projector, I know it looks like I have an infinite amount of money, but a projector and a screen is going to $30 grand. That TV was $3,500.
Right.
And you guys have seen this house. I had to build this whole house.
Right.
I'm from the trailer park, and I have this giant house, and so money is not infinite. And so, yes, I'll buy a $30,000 laser projector NZ9 at some point, but right now, this is what I got.
Are you thinking about doing, because I know you and I talked about possibly going with the 115 LG.
That would be so much simpler, just put it on the wall. It's 15 grand.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I'm going to like that thing because it's LCD.
So that's the trade-off, the size.
Too, right?
Yeah, it's a Hisense. It's LCD. That thing's going to be $6,500 in a year and a half, 2 years. I don't know if I can stomach it. And so then we go 97 OLED. So I'm going to spend $16,500 more for 15 inches.
Right.
I'm not an Epson kind of guy. I will not be able to. I just can't. I won't even be able to look at it. I'll be so miserable and angry at how bad it looks. I know. I don't mean to offend, but it's just I'm used to this perfection.
Correct.
Perfection as far as the video quality to go down, doing 4K whatever shifting, and I just can't.
Yeah.
There's no way. I wouldn't be able to accept it.
Well, you're
So
definitely.
I'm in a conundrum.
Yeah,
I need
you're
to just
definitely
get a
not
better
gonna-
job and make more money.
You definitely won't. You definitely won't get the black levels of the OLED. There's no doubt. I mean, OLED's king. We understand that. I love immersion. That's why me and Rusty are pushing towards a projector in here. But like you said, I mean, this is your home. You've got to have something that you love, something that when you come up here 6 times a year that you're satisfied with, and then anyone that wants to borrow this place for money, you want them to have a great experience as well.
This house, this home theater was a really good, family room, really nice experience. But it was, making a bunch of compromises. Now, from an audio perspective, an immersion perspective, the TV disappears after you're, 2 minutes into the scene, I think, because the audio just takes over.
Yeah.
This is one of the greatest experiences you can have in a home theater. This room is great. People are going to lose their minds when they come here.
Yeah.
I'm curious what your thoughts were on the direct tune, the EQ.
It's great.
Yeah, because Rusty did that. He spent.
So
I don't feel beat up.
I did a 9-point calibration. I just used the Harman curve with a plus 10 dB on the low end.
Yeah.
It's a standard. Download it from the internet and load it to the receiver.
Yeah.
And I think it came out pretty well.
Yeah. So we have some wiring to do. We're going to play with the Acura stuff over the next couple of days.
We're going to have the 212.
My guess is we'll end up leaving the Acurus in here. We'll see.
Okay.
I think so.
My only fear is that is it going to be problematic for my people? I don't want to be jerking around with stuff.
Yeah.
This CEC control, this is it. Press the button, off. Press the button on.
Yeah.
My fear is we're not going to have that level of control with a more sophisticated Acurus.
I'm very interested to see what we think after we hook it up and test it out. you know, along the same lines what you were saying, I think that when we put in the 212H or RM, I think that's gonna. I'm interested to see what it does.
Right.
And I think
Me
when
too.
we do a calibration with the Accurus, and right now we're not really doing a proper base management. Like we could use a mini DSP, but that's a lot of work for something we may be swapping out here in a few minutes. When we do the Accurus, it can do up to 3 sub channels. Now, if you do 4 subwoofers, now you're gonna have to go up to the ACK 20.
Yeah, the act. Yeah.
Or is that ACK 4?
Act 4.
Act 4. Yeah.
Yep. Act 4.
20 channels.
I don't think I don't perceive the windows as being any kind of problem in here. I don't perceive it when I'm sitting here listening.
No.
I feel like acoustic treatments are adequate.
Yeah.
The room feels right. We have a little bit of extra vibration on certain, but like on that Top Gun Maverick, there was no annoying vibration.
Yeah, if you turn it up enough, you don't hear much. The only thing you saw me kind of messing with the drawer, those the slide, the locks, they were a little rattly. If you could put something behind there, like a Velcro strip or something like the soft, just to put a little tension on it.
But we're doing all right. I mean, the help is that the room is big concrete blocks, so that helps. Isonine helps. The doors are solid wood doors, and so they're pellet doors as well, so that helps. So it actually vibrates a little less than I thought, so that's good.
Yeah, there's not too many rattles. Just that front cabinet was the main one I noticed.
But I'm not a theater seating guy, so I'm not doing that.
Yep.
I'm generally not a projector guy. We may end up with a projector in here because we just talked about. I think that Hisense is going to be too bright and obnoxious. They calibrate those and they tune those TVs, and I just don't know. Can you tune its natural tendency out of it, where it's too much?
Yeah.
Fake colors, fake whites. I don't know if I can handle
Kind of like oversaturation.
I want it to look like I'm looking out the window.
Yeah.
I don't want extra. And I know that that's the race to extra. That's what these speakers are giving me. I was afraid that these speakers would be a race to extra, but that's not it. It's so elegant and appropriate in such an inappropriate enclosure.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it.
But apparently, in order to get that, that is the appropriate enclosure. You need that enclosure in order to get the appropriateness of this.
Right.
More on function than form.
I've heard a lot of fancy stuff.
Yeah.
Nothing even comes close. I think you're right. If you had all the money in the world, this is what I'd buy.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd want Wilson audio over the, I don't think I'd want that over this.
Yeah. I've got to the point where I'm just no longer chasing. I mean, I'm very content where, where my system is. A lot of guys wonder, can you get that really, really great tactile bass from sealed subwoofers? 100%. Man. This is a big room, and this entire couch was vibrating, so we got
my
great
pant
tactile.
legs were
we got great tactile. Adding 2 more behind you is going to be sweet. We might even be able to do, let's say, 2 RS1s up front, and then the 4 big ones back here RS2s, or vice versa.
I think because of the size of the room, those giant things up front aren't really affecting us. It's not.
There's a lot of air volume in here.
Yeah. 100%.
And so if we put the sofas behind us here, I think
the low sofa tables.
Those are ULFs, aren't they?
Yeah, I wouldn't mix ported and sealed.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, because that would be ported in the rear, and then you have seals in front. Yeah, I would either go with the RS1s, which is a single 18, or the RS2, which is dual 18s.
Or the RTJ 18.
Yeah, but
you do 4 of those.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah, but you'd have to stack those. This is just.
But that space right there there's nothing there. It's not being used. We're not impeding. We're not imposing on any spot of the room.
Yeah.
it looks ridiculous, but it doesn't look.
It looks awesome.
If it was a room that wasn't the only purpose of this room is what we're doing.
Yeah, and I think it's okay because one, we spread it out so it's not just like a solid wall of speakers touching each other with the center, and it does fit like with your black acoustic panels. And I feel like the surrounds actually blend in more now than they did before.
Yeah.
Just they're not as deep, and they just fit. They kind of blend in with the acoustic panels again.
Yep. Yeah, and the I hate to say it, but my Restoration Hardware non-home theater approved stand makes it feel like a stylized a room that's styled for me.
Yeah.
Right.
Again, like I said, I'm not a popcorn machine, movie poster, sconce kind of guy. It's just not my style. I never wanted that.
Sure.
Even getting to this level that I'm at in life, I don't want it. I don't want the Star Wars theater. I just don't want that. I want a room in a house that feels like a family room on steroids, which is what we got now.
Yeah.
I had a family room on on protein shakes, and now we got it on like Tren. We're getting juiced.
Yeah, this thing's jacked. There's no doubt. This took your setup like exponentially to the next level.
You know what's wild? I haven't added it up. We'll add it up for him tomorrow.
Okay.
I want to say this is like within $10,000.
Difference from what you had to here.
Well, we just took out what we put in the closet.
I didn't even think about that, but I bet you're right.
Yeah.
It's like probably $7,500.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So in the future video, a couple other things we'll do down the road is we are going to, we'll test out, like I said, we're going to put the 212 RM.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the reference monitor. Jeff's actually on his way here tonight. We're going to go out to dinner just a little bit, so we'll catch up with him. But we'll install that tomorrow, maybe even tonight, I don't know. But we'll check that out. We'll also, we'll test it with this system first. We got to figure out where we're going to put
the
it.
The NAD's got to go. Well, I mean, it has to go.
Yeah.
And so whether I go Marantz AV10 or I do Accurus, it just has to go. I mean, we're running it, when you run Dirac calibration on a 778, even with the 101 dB sensitivity of these speakers, we're running we were at +2, and I wasn't like at my limit.
Right.
So it only goes to +8 or +10. So we're going to...
So you're maxing this thing out.
Yeah. And the amplifiers aren't clipping. The amplifiers aren't maxed out. It's just that whatever they're doing with the potentiometer, with how they attenuate, it's like they need to attenuate the signal to fit the I guess the Dirac curve into the, I don't understand why it does that, but NAD there's just too much of an attenuation of the potential volume.
Yeah.
Because when I ran the same thing on my Marantz Cinema 30, I'm at like -15 at uncomfortable, and I can go to +10 or so. So we had a lot more potential.
Yep.
Now that number is relative to the receiver, right?
Right.
But that is a clear problem.
Yeah, you're hitting the limits of the receiver.
Correct.
And now, granted, a lot of your speakers are being powered by the receiver. Not everything is offloaded, so the receiver's having to handle some of that. So I think you're right.
Yeah, so we'll do, again, if Accurus is something that's, but I'm telling you right now, I'm not buying Trinov, I'm not buying a Storm, I'm not interested in that. I want it to frickin' work. So I want a Japanese, a processor of some sort, or some sort of, processor that I know is going to not be problems where I have people calling me all the time.
Yeah.
So that's requisite number one for this room.
It's got to work.
Right.
Yeah.
40 weeks out of the 50 weeks a year, I've got somebody else in here that is generally not us.
We need to design this for grandma.
Yeah.
If grandma can't operate it, it's too complicated.
So that's why my inclination. Now, when we add a Kaleidescape to this, which I may or may not do, I likely will. But if I don't do it, I want to be able to CEC control it and call it a day.
Make it simple.
Sorry, we turned this into a 30-minute conversation.
It's all good, though. I mean, this is,
That's how it's
I want to dive into your head, your heart, your passion, because, again, this is your room. We didn't hire an architect. We didn't hire somebody that designs home theater. This is built to your spec. This is built to your, some people were saying, well, man, the speakers are mounted a little bit too high. Okay. That's what you wanted,
Right.
it's not 100% the Dolby spec. But the reality is this is still far better than the vast majority of people.
So there's compromises like we all have to make, and those compromises I think are overcome by great equipment and a little bit of tuning, a little bit of calibrating. There's compromises, money compromises, budget compromises as well.
Sure.
This home theater to me is like 10% of my passion. It's not 100% of it. And so detailing is another 10%. The garage is 40%. The kitchen is 10%. And so, unfortunately, for my obsession, and now with some resources, I'm able to sort of appease those obsessions. But I say this often: there's a progression in life. If you get the 488 Speciale, or if you get the 488 Pista Ferrari when you're 16 years old, where do I have to go?
Right.
And so this is something I'm extremely passionate about. If I got to the end game on day one, then I really wouldn't have appreciated the journey as much.
Sure.
And so even though I could probably move heaven and earth, and I could tear this whole room apart and hire an acoustic engineer and an architect and put a crazy Barco projector and spend $500,000 on this room and make it amazing,
right?
And then I get my Ferrari when I'm 16 years old. There's no room for me to go.
Yeah.
And plus, we couldn't do that ourselves. We could do this ourselves, and there's a relational component to
Correct.
that.
Yeah, we had a blast doing this today, man.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
and
been super fun.
We have something, or you have something you get to do later.
Yeah. But man, we certainly leveled up.
Yeah.
It's pretty incredible. I cannot explain to you. This is literally my second full JTR experience. M-Wave, I walked in and walked out because they were listening at like 125 dB. I wasn't interested.
Right.
I don't want to put earplugs in, and so I didn't really get to experience it. And so I'm looking forward to having this all over the place in my life. This is what happens to me when I fall in love with something, then I end up with 5 versions of it.
You just kind of go all in.
And we're going to share with you all the different versions of that to find the best iteration for multiple people. And this is how I figured out how to buy this house, to figure out how to turn this passion into some form of a business where I can provide everybody some value and then provide them a solution that may be better than the solutions that currently exist. These speakers already existed, but I guarantee you over time we're going to turn a lot more people on to this. If they're good enough for me, being a psychopath, I mean, they're good enough for most people. Yeah. And then if I can turn more people onto it, maybe I can convince Jeff to make some different iterations of it that can fit everybody, because these are not a one-size-fits-all. And so we're looking to get this and replicate this experience at scale to anybody in any situation. And so we're going to come up with not so many variants that it becomes complicated, but a few variants of this experience that I just had here 5 minutes ago, and be able to replicate that, bottle it up, package it, and send it all over the world. That's what I think we're going to be pretty good at providing to people. But I have to own it and experience it myself. This is the experience I was hoping for, but I was a little afraid it wouldn't deliver what I was hoping to get. It's delivered more. I get kind of not choked up, but a little bit of like overwhelming gratitude that, man.
I'm just glad we don't have to carry him back up the stairs.
Yeah, oh gosh.
Because if...
Yeah, Matt saved my butt today. I'm grateful.
Oh, shoot. Yeah. I wanted to tell these guys, I'm like, you guys, I don't think you should take that. I think you should let me do this.
It was fun.
Yeah. Yeah. This is exciting.
All right, so we're getting ready to go to dinner. We're going to a place called Mully's. Matt said this place is phenomenal. We're going to hit that up. Might add that to the video. Probably not. I'm probably going to wrap it up here. But if the video's longer, you'll know what happened. So hope you guys have an incredible week. Stay tuned. We got lots of stuff we're going to be doing here. We're going ATV riding, side-by-side riding in Rusty's Can-Am. We got 2 motorcycles. I won't be riding that. But we're going to have fun. Matt might take me mountain biking and try to kill me.
Yeah, for sure.
He wants to brutally just abuse me, so we might have some fun with that. But we're just up here having a blast, man, and I hope you guys are enjoying the videos. Let me know in the comments what you think of the setup, and we'll catch you in the next video. God bless. All right, we're heading to Mully's to go get dinner. Guess we're going to bring you guys along with us. All right, guys, we're at Mully's. Had a great dinner. went to walk outside. They take off. So one guy that was driving Mike thought that I was in at the other car. Jeff Romanian thought I was in Mike's car. So I'm hanging out here till they get back. So I told him at least bring me some chocolate chip cookie dough. So we're going to wrap up here tonight. Hope you guys have a great week. Take care. God bless.